Hey there, everybody. How you doing? I am Francis, and welcome back to Courts Party Book of Shadows. So last episode we began chapter 4, which is called Purgatory, and it looks like Purgatory is Naho's story. So Naho finally decided to go to school, and it looks like Kubiki and Taguchi are getting ready to depart for Heavenly Host Elementary. But in the meantime, it looks like we are back with Naho's friend Sayaka. I went to school as soon as I finished my morning recording session, but by then it was already lunchtime, and Naho had skipped class again, as usual. Oh boy, Naho. But I knew where to find her. Work may have kept her out of school most of the time, but when she did come, there was one spot she always chose for lunch. The library? No, okay, a staircase, I guess. She liked to get away from the noisy classrooms to eat in peace. And I knew this because, well, I did this too. This wasn't just her spot, but mine as well. It was our spot. We'd probably get in trouble if a teacher ever found us there, though. Where is this mysterious spot that you shouldn't be then? See, the lock on the door leading to the school... Oh, okay, the school roof. That makes sense. Yeah, not very often that students are allowed there. Although it seems to happen a lot in these, Japanese RPGs, or in this case, visual novels. Kids like to hang out on the roofs, apparently. See, the lock on the door leading to the school roof just happened to be broken, so... what a nice breeze. And that sunlight, too. Absolutely magical. What's going on, Sayaka? There was a fence between the buildings to prevent students from falling, but it wasn't very high, so getting over it was a fairly simple task. Why are we going over the fence? I can see why you would get in trouble then, because it sounds like you're going over a fence and jumping over to another building. Holy shit! You guys are daredevils. Okay, I'm gonna need to censor this picture. Oh god damn it, guys. Alley-oop! I crossed the gap mindful of any stray gusts of wind. The bed shade was on that side, so as long as I didn't look down, it was well worth the effort. And there she is! Oh, Naho! As expected, she was nestled right into her usual spot. The sight was positively picturesque. A high school girl all tucked away on the school roof, nose buried in a book with a non-script paper dust jacket. I swear you could just paint any moment of this girl's life and it would make a fine portrait. Sayaka! Pwah! Sayaka, hey there, sorry to have kept you out so late last night. Hope your family wasn't mad at you or anything. She wasn't out that late. Nope, no problems at all. They were a-okay with it. Oh-ho, it seems you trained them well. What are you implying? So, hey, that book from Mr. Kubiki you lent me yesterday. Freaking awesome, girl! Right? Didn't it just totally suck you in? I love how it goes on and on with the psychological description of the first murder scene. That protagonist is totally nutso. Yeah, I wish I hadn't been reading it in bits and pieces during my work commute though. Kinda took away from the tension, but I can't wait to read more. Yeah, just keep at it. It's gonna blow your mind. Oh yeah, and that Twinkle CD you lent me? To die for, seriously. Really? Awesome. I bet you recognized a bunch of those songs from the concert, right? You should check out some of their music videos sometime too. Maybe I got one on my phone that I can show you now. Nope, I guess not. I'll have to give you a rain check on that. Sorry, Naho. I wonder if there are any good fan-made ones. Probably. Check out good old YouTube. Oh, good call. If there are, I totally want to see. Oh, well, there's a bell. The bell? 1 o'clock already? Well, I got an appointment I can't miss, I'm afraid. Wow, that was like the fastest lunch ever. We just got up here on the roof and it's over. Guess I'll see you after school for a recording. It's at 5:30 in East Shinjuku, right? So we should probably meet at 4 behind the school gate. Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, you said behind the gate. Really? What are you, 5? Naho was cool as a cucumber, just like always. Today's recording was sure to be a blast. Something's gonna go wrong. I just had the feeling. And with the music stopping and Naho up on her own, not saying much, kind of gives me the feeling, yeah, something's about to go wrong, like right now. This one's persistent. I'll give her that. Blood? Really? Is this curse honestly affecting me all the way down to the cellular level? Uh-oh. Seriously, how long are you planning on haunting me? So she's dealing with Sachiko. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the night's installment of Sayaka Ui's The Braver. The night don't start till I pour out my heart. So let's get pouring, shall we? You'll never guess where I went today. I went to school! I know, shocking since I'm a high school student. Ooh! To meet up with a friend, actually. It was the first time in a while I could just kick back and relax. We talked forever, like forever. But, of course, the real reason I went was to learn stuff and junk, of course. You know what you would normally do at school. They're laughing at me in the control booth? What's going on there, fellas, huh? Well, you're being funny, of course people are gonna laugh. The thought of Miss Ooze actually going to school is hilarious. Oh, yeah, since you and Naho seem to be the type of people that don't go to school. Hey, come on, I go to school, I do, really. I'm a high school student just like everybody else my age. Don't laugh, you trying to say I'm too old? Too cool for school? Seriously, stop it. You're gonna give me a complex. Some days you just can't win, you know? All I wanted to do was say how great school is, and look what happened. I'm a laughingstock. Just roll with it, girl, and go on with the show. Well, I'm glad you guys are having fun at least. Let's enjoy our half hour together tonight at the fullest braver. Sayaka's on-air personality was incredible. I was absolutely listening to a pro at work. And she had me hooked from the moment the show began. Okay, that wraps up the intro, Miss Inoki. Please head into the booth and begin your show. On my way! It was my turn now as guest speaker when I entered the recording booth. Sayaka sat facing her mic and waved me over. Hey, girlfriend! Hi. I returned Sayaka's cheery smile and sat myself in front of the guest mic that had been prepared for me. But something felt wrong. Very, very wrong. Yeah, I still get the feeling something's gonna go wrong next. This is why Naho didn't want to do it, you know. And as we saw on the roof when she was on her own there, the curse is affecting her. Oh! Sachiko's here! Oh no! What are you doing outside of Heavenly Host? What's the matter? Look in the corner, Sayaka, Sachiko's here. Oh, it's nothing. I just felt dizzy for a second. Well, the camera's on you now, so wear your cutest face, okay? Roger that! This child was the daughter mentioned in my research on the Shinozaki family. This was Sachiko. She was the one who had attached herself to me. Her eyes were black and hollow, with no discernible pupils at all. She sat utterly motionless, but I knew she was watching me, waiting, biding her time. Oh, she wants to do this on camera, doesn't she? My hair stood on end, blood rushed to my head, and bile surged into my throat. The Shinozaki curse was far too powerful. I couldn't suppress it. And it was clear Sayaka couldn't see her. Okay, that's something I was wondering if Sayaka doesn't know that Sachiko's here. But no, she can't see her. Okay. So it's just Naho because of the curse, and Sachiko's attached to her, Naho right now. Okay. This is bad. I had to be careful not to let Sachiko interfere with the recording. Yeah, that would be very, very, very bad. This is important, you know, to Sayaka here. Okay, we're back. Start with the listener mail. Alright folks, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The topic of this week's Try to Do a Thing workshop is... Oof, can I go home now, please? I like the topic. What do you mean, no? Come on, be a sport. Guess there's nothing I can do about it. This week's topic is... That's right. Try to tell a scary story. Yikes. I got a scary story. I'm living one. Scary ghost girl in the corner and I'm the only one that can see her. Man, I told you all I didn't want to do this one, so why did you guys send in so many responses? We actually received a record amount. Far too many to tackle by myself. So, I've invited a guest to help me out. Hey, don't run the applause yet. I haven't even said who it is. Or has everyone already guessed? Because it's totally who you think it is. The pro with the know-how, spirit investigator extraordinaire, as beautiful as she is brainy, it's high school paranormalist, Naho Seinoki. Let's hear the applause for Naho. Play the applause button again. Give it up for Naho. There you go. Gotta give her a hand. Good evening. Thanks so much for coming. No, thank you. It's an honor to have been invited. Oh ho! How about that, everyone? So mellow, so modest. Isn't she just the bee's knees? Naho and I actually go to the same school. We're even in the same class, isn't that right? Yeah. We hang out a lot. In fact, some of you clearly knew that. And have been outright demanding that Naho make a guest appearance for quite some time now. Well, it finally happened. Well, your wish is my command. My pleasure, in fact. I think I may even be more thrilled to have her here than you guys. Anyway, given today's theme, Naho seemed like the perfect guest. So, care to get us started with some choice words for any evil spirits that may be listening? Kind of funny you chose those words because an evil spirit is listening and I think the camera's going to scroll over to her again. Tremble on the border between this life and the next. Under my 7 stars. That's what I'm talking about. Those ghosties have got to be shivering in their ethereal booties after hearing something like that. Can we scroll over to Setsuko and see if she's shaking? No, we're not going to do that? Okay. So let's get right to the listener letters, shall we? Here's a scary story from Run Junpao Nagi of M City in Tokyo. Yep, she's still sitting there, still watching. She's not shaking, so... In my experience, adverse spiritual manifestations from my research had always been easy enough to keep at bay with my powers. But this one was different. For this energy to be completely visible in broad daylight, I'd never seen anything like it. Well, Satsuko is one of a kind. She's kind of an interesting case. This was bad. My head was splitting, but the cameras were rolling, so to speak, so I had to at least keep myself from coughing up blood again. Oh dear. Naho was grabbing her skirt tightly with both hands. Muscles completely rigid. My, was she actually getting nervous? How unlike her. Well, she's getting nervous, but not for what you think. It's not because of being on your show, it's because of a scary ghost in the corner that you can't see. I kind of grinned internally a bit at the sight of Naho acting all girly and scared. It was adorable, as I like to say, but I still had a show to host, you know. Dunk, I slid open the door, and there before me I saw a pair of eyes, staring intently right into my very soul. Wow, that is so super freaky, am I right? How about it, Naho? This has got to be fake, right? Mr. Mizuno, Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? Wait, Kyoto? I thought you said it was Tokyo. Or are you doing that on purpose? He may be, yes. But with only this evidence to go on, it's hard to judge the authenticity of this claim. So what you're saying is it might actually be real? Yeah! That is a possibility, yes. Oh no, please. Actually, I've noticed something even more frightening since this segment began. Naho, your focus keeps drifting over to the corner of this booth. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't tell me there's somebody there, is there? Oh, I'm getting chills. Do we have another guest with us today? An uninvited one? Please say no. No. We're fine. We're totally on our own. There is no scary ghost girl over there. This seemed a perfect twist to up the tension of the segment, but the look on Naho's face suggested I may have been onto something, which was terrifying. Her guest spot on the show may have just been fun and games, but I knew Naho was about as well versed in spiritual matters as they come. This gave her a great deal of confidence, but unbeknownst to me, that confidence was beginning to unravel all around her. She was in way over her head, and by the time she would come to realize this, it would be too late, and not just for her. Great work, everyone. That's a wrap. The recording ended without incident as far as anybody knew. Oh, so you're telling me that there was an incident, just that nothing was noticed yet, but it will be noticed when this is broadcasted? Oh boy! Sayaka tossed a piece of chocolate into her mouth that she seemed to have brought with her. She was as casual and relaxed as can be. Alright, so Outfit, did you see something in the booth or not? No, I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I glanced back into the recording booth. Sachiko's spirit had disappeared a little while ago. Well, at least she's not there no more. Although she may have came in here. She may have followed us, you know. I felt like it was best to act as if nothing had happened, and successfully managed to steer the topic of conversation elsewhere. Until, that is... What the... What's wrong? Was someone talking out here during the recording? Uh-oh. Sachiko was talking and it got picked up by the microphones, didn't it? Uh-oh. No way would any of us make a rookie mistake like that. You wouldn't be able to hear us from inside the booth anyways. There's something on the tape though. Sounds like a voice to me. Huh? Where? Here! During this exchange. Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. I'm only hearing those two. You don't hear a third voice? Oh. So only a few people can hear the Sachiko's voice. Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. Right there! After Seinoki says he may be. Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. I'm still not hearing it. Pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. Oh god, there is a voice! It's saying, I'm watching you. Right? Uh-oh. How come only a few people can hear that though? Oh jeez! You gotta be kidding me. Huh? It's in the recording for sure. Ah! That's so creepy. Is this for real? An actual EVP? Gah! Hey, what's going on? Oh, there goes Seinoki, or Sayaka. Gah! Hey, what's the matter? Pull yourself together. Ah! Suddenly the director began to clutch at his throat and thrash about. His face was bright red and his mouth frothed over as he struggled to breathe. Uh-oh. Yeah, Naho, this definitely was a mistake. I think you should have gone with your gun instincts and not done this. God! Hold him down. He's gonna knock everything over and hurt himself. Uh-oh. Possessed? Yes, sir. God! Go! Is it over? What was that? Some kind of seizure? Oh, crap! He's not breathing! Oh, shit! No! Oh, everything's going south! What? God! He's dead! Call an ambulance, quickly! He needs CPR! Okay. Come on, keep it together, man. The hell is going on? Send a guest home. We're done. Wow. Sayaka's usual smile had been replaced by a thin mouth and cold sweat. There was no doubt about it. This was the influence of that spirit. God damn you, Sachiko! And it must have been absolutely terrifying for her co-workers, who never had contact with the spirit world before. I regretted appearing on the program. Yeah, it's all your fault. Sorry, Naho, but it kinda is. I'm so sorry. I guess I shouldn't have come. Oh, don't be silly. You did great. They managed to resuscitate the director, too, at the hospital, so he's okay. And we can cut out the voice for the broadcast, but honestly, I say we leave it. I mean, it's kind of a lucky break when you think about it. I don't know if that's a good idea. I know you're trying to cheer me up, but honestly, this is all my fault. He could have died because of me. I'm really grateful for your help today. I owe you one, so if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Oh, and as for Quill Fat Non, how is next week sound? On the way home, Naho finally smiled, glad to see she still had it in her. I needed to put on a happy face myself too. I was afraid if I seemed too gloomy, it would bring Naho down, and she hadn't done anything wrong. Well, she came to the recording with a spirit attached to her. I had to let her know how grateful I was, and try to bring her spirits back up. The two of us parted ways on a corner near our houses as I needed to stop in at the convenience store for some groceries. I'll see you later, thanks again. You too, good night. Bye, Naho. I never before felt such a strong, persistent spiritual presence. I had a considerable amount of power within me, and usually it was more than enough to disperse any malicious wills that dare draw near me. But even with all my concentration, I'd still put Sayaka and her co-workers in grave danger. They easily could have been killed by the curse, or worse, taken to Heavenly Host where they will be murdered over and over again. For the sake of dear Kabuki's safety, we really should have put the kibosh on the entire investigation into the Shinozaki family line a lot sooner. But it wasn't too late to call it off, as far as I knew. I was going to pull out from the Heavenly Host elementary case altogether. I made up my mind. Yeah, you're a bit too late to that though, Naho. While you were doing this show, Kabuki and Taguchi kinda already left. I should probably undergo a traditional spirit exorcism as soon as possible. I don't know if an exorcism will work on Sachiko of all people. It was past 4:30, so it had been dark out for hours already. Yet there wasn't a single light on in the Kabuki house. That's because Kabuki's not here. Kabuki? No signs of life. Somehow the whole house felt larger and emptier than ever before. Yeah, they're already gone. Kabuki? Kabuki? Are you sleeping? I peeked into his study, but he wasn't there. Nor was he anywhere else. The house was deserted. Now, Kabuki's meetings for work were usually held at irregular times, so this wasn't unprecedented or anything like that. But the atmosphere inside just felt different somehow. There was this peculiar silence, as if no one had ever lived here in the first place. I'm watching you. Hi, Sachiko! Something just seemed very, very wrong. It was like someone was watching me, sneering at me. Yeah, Sachiko, she followed you from the recording booth. You said she's attached to you. Finally, I found a note on my desk. Not the one I left for Kabuki this morning, but a response written in his familiar scrawl. Dear Naho, thank you for your concern. I couldn't live myself if I exposed you to any more danger on my behalf, however. Taguchi and I have gone to Heavenly Host Elementary. We've noted the way back, so please don't worry. We'll return safe and sound. And if we're successful, let's all go out for a nice meal together, okay? No! Well, there you go. Duh? With a sigh and a mumble, I snapped back to reality, glancing at the clock. I marveled at the fact that it was already past 10. Oh, my brain just came up with something. I think I know how Naho got to Heavenly Host, because in order to get to Heavenly Host, you have to perform the ritual incorrectly. I think Naho may have sacrificed her friend to get herself to Heavenly Host. Since we know that Chapter 4 began with Sayaka here dying a horrible death. I've been in a daze for half an hour since getting home. Craziness, I tell ya. Oh, what a day. My shoulders feel like they've got lead weights on them. I couldn't have brought it back with me, right? No, there was no way. I stood up from my desk. The problem was the uniform. I couldn't really relax in it. I should know better. I just needed to change. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll feel better once I get out of this stupid uniform. I can see you. No, it's not the uniform. It did come back with you. God, Please. No? Is somebody there? Sachiko? Please? I was glad no one had seen me talking to thin air like that. There was nobody else around, of course. Nothing to be afraid of. It was just my imagination. I really, really needed to get my uniform, so once again, I started changing when... I'm going to hear the voice again, aren't I? Ah! Definitely not my imagination this time. There was somebody screaming outside my window, running towards my house. Naho? I seriously felt like I was going to break down. Maybe I already had. Opening the curtain slowly, I peered outside to see who it was. Wait, is that Naho? I knew it! It is Naho! I knew it! I feel like I called that from a mile away. Now see if I'm right that she's going to sacrifice her friend to get to Heavenly Host. I couldn't see her face clearly, being on a second floor and all, but that was Naho alright. She was crying like a mad woman. She looked awful. Sayaka! What's wrong, Naho? Oh, I think I know how this is going to go down. Remember how Sayaka said for doing this that she owes Naho one? I think going to Heavenly Host is that favor she was that she's going to cash in on. Naho? You look absolutely terrified. Sayaka, it's Kibiki. Kibiki crossed over. Okay, just calm down, Naho. Tell me what happened. Where is Mr. Kibiki? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's all my fault. If Kibiki were to die in there... This is the first time I ever seen her so incoherent. I spoke slowly and gently, trying my best to calm her down. Girl, you gotta calm down, okay? Naho, please. Just tell me what happened. Let me help you. Start at the beginning. And talk slowly, please. I want you to come back with me right now. Yep, she's gonna sacrifice her friend. God damn it. What? Please, I'm begging you. Come back with me. Tears were streaming down her face. This was a side of Naho I never ever imagined could exist. There had to be a reason she was so desperate. I agreed to follow her back to Kibiki's house, if only out of concern for her well-being. Sachiko ever after. Yep, they're gonna... Oh my god. Those who perform this ritual can cross over to Heavenly Host Elementary. A cursed school sealed outside our world, outside time and space. It's a locus of powerful energy, and the effects it had on me thus far had been disturbing enough that I decided to abandon my investigation. But before I could convey that to Kibiki, he crossed over without me, taking Oni Taguchi for backup. So please, Sayaka, you're my only hope at this point. Will you come with me to Heavenly Host so I can rescue Kibiki? I didn't really get any of what she was saying. Heavenly Host Elementary? A cursed school? And this was all to rescue Kibiki? What was in there exactly that he needed rescuing from? The one thing I did understand was that I'd be accompanying Naho to some unsafe, unfamiliar spirit world. I couldn't just casually agree to go with... Yeah, I wouldn't either. Even if I didn't know what Heavenly Host was. The moment you say cursed school, no, I'm out. So this place I'd be going with you is dangerous then? I scare easily, you know? Please, I can't perform the ritual by myself. You're the only person I can count on, please. And I swear, I'll protect you no matter what. Her face was the most disheveled I'd ever seen it, and she was practically begging. I knew two sides to this girl. Her cool and quite the professional persona, and her cat to my master. But this panicked desperation fit neither of them. The words I'd spoken to her following our recording session suddenly popped into my head. I owe you one, so if there's anything I can do for you, just there it is. Yep. Think you're gonna regret those words, Sayaka. She's cashing in on that right now. Kibiki! Kibiki! I took one more look at Naho's tear-stained face, and I just knew. I couldn't turn away from her in this time of need. Naho, do you really promise to protect me? Uh-huh. With my life. A ray of hope lit up Naho's face like a flower in bloom. But I knew I'd make the right decision. Alright then. I'm in. What are friends for, after all? Sayaka. Thank you, Sayaka. I just couldn't bear to see her cry like that. A face as cute as hers deserves to wear a smile at all times, no tears. We'll be out for a while though, right? You mind if I run back home first and take care of some things before we go? Does it really matter? You're going to a place where time and space doesn't exist. Even if you make it back, I'm pretty sure it'll be as if time didn't pass here. Okay, I'll be waiting for you here, butt naked. Really, Naho? Not a good idea. You'll catch your death of cold anyway. I'll be right back. Take your time. Because this is going to be your last time visiting home, I'm afraid. Alright guys, well we're preparing to go to Heavenly Host, which is going to be the biggest mistake. So, I think we're going to save that for the next episode. Thank you everybody for joining me and coming back to Quartz Party Book of Shadows. Hope you guys are enjoying this. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me. Have a nice day. Bye everybody.